Hello, Leo. Welcome to your August Soulmate Session. I am Marlo. If you're new and if you're family, welcome back, my friend, and what's not, or whatever. And I'm pretty sure by now you guys are familiar with these are, hence Soulmate Session. You know what I'm saying? So we're looking at you and your person. And of course, if you resonate with this here message, go ahead and, tickle my like button because she's kinky and into that sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot or whatever. So anywho, what we're going to be looking at is you, your person, the energy between the two of you. We're looking at an outcome and advice, and we're going to go ahead and take that one right and viral. So let's go ahead and hop in and get her done. We're going to move our cards up because I'm anal retentive and whatnot or whatever. And I'm not going to get obsessive about my cards being lined up. So anywho, first card out, we're looking at your energy, Leo. So you guys are showing up as the Hanged Man in the reverse. So more or less in reference to your person, and in reference to your person, I feel like you guys are seeing them in a new light. But at the same time, I'm also feeling an energy that is manifesting itself in reference. That's Aquarius energy, by the way. But there's an energy with you guys where you're seeing your person in a new light, because I feel like you guys are seeing yourself or your life, your experience in a different light, if I could say it that way. It's a lot of stuff that's coming with this, Leo. It's kind of like more or less feeling at the will of your situation, trying to figure stuff out. But, and this is reminding me of a reading that I did, Soulmate Session, that was for July, I think. But it's seeing yourself in a new light, and you're looking at your person in a different light. But here's the deal of what it is that I'm feeling. And this has been the consistent theme so far with the Soulmate Sessions. There's this dichotomy between the person who's watching and the person that they're with, right? And this dichotomy that I'm specifically seeing is the sign that I'm reading for is leveling up in some way or another. And like with the person, we don't know for sure with your person just yet, aside from what I'm seeing with you. But with your person, it's kind of like they're not in the same space that you're in. You know what I mean? And I feel already with this, it's like the thing that is the sponsoring awakening thought, if we could call it that, that's a thing, is Leo is seeing themselves differently. And because you're seeing yourself differently, you're seeing your person differently. You know what I'm saying? Now, with your person, they're showing up as the 10 of Cups. So, I mean, they love you, child. They feel fulfilled in all of the things, But I would have to say, going into this energy I'm picking up on, it feels a lot like maybe once upon a time for Leo, love was enough, right? Like just the person loving you, you just loving them, you guys being where it is that you were, the situation that you were in, that was copacetic and cool, right? But now it's kind of like, my guides just said, this is hilarious. My guides just specifically said that love don't pay the bills, right? So I don't know if y'all got money and stuff that's going on, but I feel Leo almost was like an underdog, and you weren't necessarily, and I'm just going to say it this way, Leo, it's like you weren't expecting too much from yourself. It's kind of like you got your lot in life and you were cool with where it is that you were, and you and your person were drawn to each other for whatever reason, right? And y'all were in the same space. They do love you. You know what I'm saying? I don't doubt that you don't love them. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's that it's like your horizon is opening. So it's kind of a thing of like my guide saying love don't pay the bills. It's like it's not just about being in love with someone. It's almost like a feeling that I get of this energy of Leo wanting to level up, but it's like they're wanting their person to want to level up too. So it may be that your person is complacent where they are in life, and Leo was in on that type of time, like, recently, but where it is that you stand presently, now you're seeing things that are possible for you that you never fathomed were possible for you. And it's a desire for your person to be on that same type of time, but they're not, because they're just content with, having a house and a family and like loving you and you loving them. They're not really asking for much else, if that makes sense. It's like they're content would be, the word. Now, the energy between the two of you, we have the 9 of Wands. Oh my goodness. That's a little, I don't think it's PTSD. I always say that's my PTSD card. I really don't think that it's PTSD of the energy going on between the two of you, but it's more or less like, and I don't feel this more or less from your person. So sorry to interrupt you guys while you're listening to the show, but I wanted to tell you guys about our new partnership with BetterHelp. If you haven't heard of them, it's an online resource in which you can find your very own friendly local neighborhood therapist, no matter where you are in the world. You sign up, and within 24 hours, they match you with a therapist that's right for you. And you can talk to your counselor every week via phone or video chat. You can also text them between sessions. If you or someone you know has been considering therapy, get started today with BetterHelp. Now let's get back to the show. I feel this more from Leo, to be honest. It's like I said, with the 10 of Cups, your person is content. They're copacetic and cool with where they are in their life at present and where you guys' relationship is. But I feel with Leo, and it kind of reminds me of like the card that is you guys' card, the Sun card is like the energy that I'm getting between this 9 of Wands and the Hangman in the reverse, where the enlightenment or the insight that Leo got, it's like you're protecting and creating boundaries between yourself and your person. Not saying that you're like rejecting love or anything, but it's just the thought of you see that there's an opportunity for something better. And you kind of don't want, God, this sounds so bad. It's like their contentment. You don't want their contentment. I'll say it that way. You don't want their contentment to like taint your aspiration, right? Because once upon a time, you didn't see, over the hill, right? I don't know why they're showing me this whole vision. It's like I'm seeing a person who like lives in a valley and you're surrounded by hills, but no one in like the tribe ever thought to venture over the hill. And Leo one day decided, proverbially speaking, like, let me climb up this hill and see what's on the other side. And when you climb up to the top of the hill, all of a sudden you see this expansive like land that you never knew was there because you lived here, hypothetically, your entire life. And you never knew that there was anything beyond those hills. So now that you know that that's there, now you want to explore that. And it's kind of like where it is that you were living before in our proverbial valley, that's just not enough anymore. However, your person is content with living in that, proverbial valley. So I feel like boundaries that are being set up, it's not like because it's like, oh, you don't trust your person and this and that. It's just more or less of you guys coming to a place where you're desiring something more, like I was saying before. It's like you're desiring something more than you knew was possible, and your person isn't. So it's like you're guarding against, and this is going to sound weird, it's like you're guarding against this 10 of Cups energy, but I'm not seeing it like you're fighting against their love or creating boundaries against their love. You're creating boundaries against the mediocrity and the contentment. Because once upon a time, you were into the mediocrity and the contentment, getting up every day, going to work, clocking in, clocking out, you know what I'm saying? Going to the same place for lunch, bringing the same thing for lunch, coming home, eating dinner, watching the same TV show, taking a bath, going to bed, waking up, doing it all over again. You were cool with that at one point in time, but for whatever reason, I don't know what it is, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know your life. I don't know what it is that kind of, allowed you guys to, climb the hill or allowed you to see that there was something more to this. But because your person doesn't, it's just like a wall that's being put up because it's almost like not wanting them to taint you, if that makes sense. And it kind of reminds me of Capricorn's reading. So if you guys have that in your chart, definitely check that out. But it reminds me of Capricorn's reading because with Caps, it was more or less about Caps leveling up and their person still being negative. Your person isn't being negative. They're just content, right? And Cap was kind of like creating boundaries between them and their person because since they found like, a way out of no way and their person still feels like there is no way, they were protecting their energy from their person because they didn't want the person to bring them down. Now, the outcome in said situation is the 8 of Swords in the reverse. Child, look, Leo, what is y'all doing? I'm just saying. I mean, we could look at this a couple of ways. The outcome more or less, but this could really go two ways. I'm just saying. I mean, what it's looking like, let me just be honest. I'm just going to go ahead and say what it is that's coming to me first. Okay, 8 of Swords in the reverse, child. We're talking about like you coming out of a prison. It would specifically be a mental prison, but it's more or less like having a new hope in a new future. It's kind of like 3 of Wands kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of liberation and things. So me, and I'm just being honest, Leo, I'm just gonna be honest, right? Because I can see this in two different ways. What I would want to say, but it's not about what I want to say, it's about what I see. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't be biased. What it looks like for me is, in all honesty, Leo has outgrown their person. I can't necessarily say that, oh, you should just dump your person. I'm not saying do that. It's just that I feel it's almost like an irritation that Leo has with their person. It's like, because, and there's nothing wrong with that. I was saying the same thing to Capricorn. It's like, I can't say like, because, most people think about loyalty and think about like, this person, you know what I'm saying? I've been with them since whatever amount of time, and I should like stick it out with them no matter what. But I feel like, and whatever Leo would resonate with this, it would literally be that you're frustrated with your person and you're kind of over it. And the only thing of why it is that you're staying there with the person is because of allegiance and loyalty. It's the fact that you are married, y'all been together since high school, y'all have kids together type of deal. But I feel there's like a sense of resentment and a sense of feeling oppressed or feeling like trapped. You know what I'm saying? Or like feeling imprisoned with the person, because for whatever reason, now you're realizing y'all aren't the same type of people. Now, mind you, if we were to get really deep into like tarot, like trump cards versus minor arcana, we're looking at the fact that you're a trump card, your person is a minor arcana, your energy is trumping there. So that's how I'm seeing that dynamic of like you feeling here and feeling like they're there. You feel what I'm saying? So you're seeing something for yourself that they don't want to see for themselves, and you're guarding against that, but you're still with them. But your outcome is you freeing yourself or liberating yourself and having, and it's like even a little bit of escapism, you know what I'm saying? It's all the things, you know? So the outcome, very honestly, Leo, and look, y'all know I used to do cross watchers only. Okay. And when I did cross watchers only, the way I was attuning those readings was literally for a cross watcher to watch it. This is not a cross watcher reading, but I know y'all still be cross watching. So I'm just going to say, if you cross watching a Leo, I apologize. Maybe this ain't even your story. You know what I'm saying? But this intention is not for me to give you insight into your person. Just need to go ahead and click off before you be sitting up here, staying up all night and calling them up, talking about Marlo said. Marlo ain't say nothing. You understand what I'm saying? But anywho, before my Leos who are watching this, dude, if I were to say what this looks like to me, I honestly think that 9 times out of 10, you would probably end up leaving your person. That, like, if I'm just saying like straight shooter, me not trying to sugarcoat it, which me as a Taurus, I try to put a little spoonful of sugar to help the medicine go down. Shout out to Mary Poppins. You feel what I'm saying? So what I'm seeing is Leo leveling up. You're seeing more than your person. Your person is content. You don't want to get stuck in that contentedness. And the outcome being the 8 of Swords in the reverse, 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to leave this person. I'm not saying that you should, but I'm just saying what it looks like is that you might, because you're kind of over it. You feel what I'm saying? You've been known you was over it, and you're just trying to maintain it for whatever reason. And it really feels to me like either the amount of time that you've been together, but like I said, because you're married, because you have kids, because y'all been together since high school, that's the only thing that's keeping you there. But in reality, and I'm not saying this in an egoic sense, it's like you feel like you're not that you're better than this, but that you deserve more than this, because at one point in time, this was where you were, but you're not there anymore. And I can co-sign this to say, like, I can totally see how this is happening, because this isn't the first time that I've seen that in the month of August with all of our soulmate sessions. It's like all of my people, which is why, like I say, this is different from cross watchers only. I do that over at She Do Tarot. So if you want to go ahead and subscribe to my other channel. But anyway, but the whole thing I say with this is, it's like, at one point in time, all of the signs I've done thus far, they were on the same page as their person, but now they've just leveled up past their person, and they're just not on the same type of time, because you're seeing something different for yourself. So, I mean, I get it. You feel what I'm saying? But anywho, you guys, advice, oh, damn. I can't say nothing about that. The advice is the 10 of coins. So, literally, it's focusing on yourself, Leo. If you're trying to get the bag, get the bag. Like, dog, this is so weird. I'm even like doing a reading like this, bro. Like, I'm just gonna be real, Leo. I can't bullshit this. Like, you can't make this up. It's hurting my feelings because I mean, I like I feel bad for your person, but then at the same time, it's kind of like, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? It's like I feel bad, like, oh, their feelings gonna be hurt, but it's like in life we have to do what's best for us because it's like you can't be self-sacrificial. You can't sacrifice your own happiness for the benefit of another person because two people end up being unhappy in a relationship if that's the case because we're just playing pretend at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to hurt someone's feelings, so I'm going to pretend that I'm in love with this person, but this person ends up being hurt because I feel they deserve to know what it's like to have someone to love them, just like Leo deserves to know what it's like to love and be loved. You know what I mean? In an authentic way and not being there. And thank you guys for that word. My guy said obligation. Like that's really what it is that you guys are staying there for. And even with the advice being the 10 of coins, some of you guys could be staying in a relationship because of finances. Because it's like for some reason, and I'm not saying that for everyone, because it's like a couple of different things with this. It's like it's an obligation on some sense where it's either a financial obligation or you're perceiving yourself, even though you have these high level, things you see for yourself. It's the thought of, I can't do that by myself. Like I can't afford rent by myself, but I really don't like this person. Like, I love them and everything, but I'm not really happy in this connection. So, I'm gonna stay with them until I get my money right. And then I'm gonna leave. That's fucked up to do that. I'm just being honest, because at the end of the day, it's you kind of taking advantage of a person because the person really does love you, So this is one of those situations where there's a need to be honest because your person will feel that distance. They're going to feel that wall. They're going to feel that disconnect. You know what I'm saying? So you have to, with this 10 of coins, more or less make a decision about you investing in yourself, but investing in yourself, not off the back of someone else. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, if you know this isn't what you want and your person ain't trying to level up in no type of way, and the only reason why you're still with your person is because you can't afford rent, then you need to go ahead on and move back to your mama house. You know what I'm saying? Move back with your people, get you a roommate or something, as opposed to you leveling up on this person, because that's where this teeters out of you having a revelation about self. And now it's like you're subjugating another person to what your overall goal is. So it would be one of those things where if this isn't where you see yourself anymore, you should just let the person go, because that's when you start to teeter into the lower vibration of this energy. Even if you looked at this person as low vibrational and thought they don't know what love is or whatever, it's like you don't want to fall into that energy. So the advice that's being given is for you guys to cultivate your own like legacy in a sense, like what it is that you want for yourself, build that up with yourself. Or if you want to be with your person, where we can look at this 8 of swords as like it being a restoration or a new hope, it's either accepting them for how they are and not feeling like you have to guard yourself against them being content, because opposites attract. It's very possible for there to be a partner in a relationship that wants to be extra lit. You know what I'm saying? You trying to be like Oprah on some stuff, and your person just works a 9 to 5. They don't need to want to be Oprah too. It's okay for y'all to be on two different types of times if this person is like the anchor that's holding space for you. So the other way that I see this 8 of swords is like a re-identification of the partnership dynamics, but that still goes back to what it is that you want and knowing that those two options are on hand. Just because your person is content with the way that their life is, there's nothing wrong with that. They don't have to be different. But if you want different, or you think they need to be different in order for this to work, that's not necessarily true. But the whole thing is, like, the advice is with the 10 of coins, doing what's best for Leo. Whatever you believe that the best for you is, do that. You feel what I'm saying? So anywho, we're going to do our little pick a chord, our little clarifying pick a chord. So go ahead and pick 1, 2, 3, or 4. So if you picked group 1, we have coffee cup. It says meeting and conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, and friendship. Child, I feel something about that. So if you pick group 1, what this kind of feels for me is like the conversation that needs to be had. There's a need to tell your person how you feel, what you're thinking, and where it is that you guys are at. You feel what I'm saying? And for some of you guys, if there's a need for you to go your separate ways, it's like, well, I don't really believe people who dated each other in the past unless you dated somebody literally like in elementary school, high school, and then y'all never was on that type of time again. I don't really believe people can just be friends like that you was in a relationship with. I have two male best friends. We ain't never dated. You know, we ain't never kissed. None of that. Like we just been friends since children. You know what I'm saying? Ain't never been on that type of time. That to me is how men and women can be friends. But that's just my personal bias. I don't believe that you can be in a relationship with someone and then try to be friends after that because, you know, all the boundaries are crossed and you're just not supposed to know people like that. You know what I'm saying? Friends are like brothers and sisters. And, you know, ain't nobody trying to cross that line with siblings. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know. I wouldn't say for y'all to be friends, but I would say in the sense of if y'all got kids, co-parenting, that's nice. Y'all can friendly bob and things of the sort. You guys can be, you know, cordial, but it's like hanging out, shooting the shit. I don't know about all that, but I feel this is really a conversation for my group one people that needs to be had where it's kind of laying everything out on the table, putting all your cards on the table, saying where it is that you are, and not really making it an expectation for your person, because what people are doing is what we're doing. Everyone is doing what it is that they want to do. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, of course, we kind of want to, I don't even want to say it like that because my guys are like, It's like people will try to forewarn people in a partnership, but it depends on the degree to which we're talking about things. It's like, and this has nothing to do with you guys reading, but I'm just using an extreme example for you to pick up what I'm putting down. But it's like if you have a person who habitually cheats, like it's unnecessary for you to say, you know, I'm really hurt when you cheat on me and I catch you cheating on me. So I would really like if you would stop cheating on me. Like that's kind of a retarded conversation because it's kind of like they know that. That's why they're cheating. That's why they're doing it in secret and they're not telling you that they're going to smash on other people because they're hiding it for a reason. You feel what I'm saying? Because they know that it would hurt you or that you would probably go. So sometimes it's like we just don't want to leave people. So it's like we're saying it out loud because we want to hear the lie. Like we want, like, please God, lie to me. Like tell me, oh, I had no idea that hurt you. I'm so sorry. I'll never do that again. Because that gives you like a false sense of security so that you don't have to do what it is that you already knew you should have did, which is the Eight of Swords, and the reverse, which would be liberating yourself. You feel what I'm saying? So be conscious of that. Now, my group two people, we have Hand of Cards. It's interesting how I was talking about holding cards close to your chest. It says, take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing hand, gambling. Now, here's the dealio. When I was saying the whole thing of like playing your cards close to your chest, like that's the how you can teeter into that low vibrational energy. I'm just saying. It's like if you're only thinking about yourself, like I said, if you and your person live together and the only reason why you're still there, you're totally over them, but you're just playing nice because in reality, you really don't want to be there, but I can't afford to pay rent by myself. So I just got them here to help me pay my rent. That's when you're getting into the low vibe of this. Because when you get a person's emotions involved, and like I say, with your person is really in love with you for real in real life. Like if y'all don't already like married, kids, living together, that's what they want from you. But like I said, if we're literally just looking at these two cards, come on, claws, work with your girl. If we literally just look at these two cards, Leo, it's like how I was saying, they're here and you're not even looking at that. Like what you're seeing for yourself and your life is not that. Like you're seeing literally over that. At one point in time, you was here. If we look at it like this, at one point in time, you was here where that's all you saw. You didn't see anything more than that. Like this was the end all be all. This was like the great Dundada, holy grail type of deal. But then roles reversed. And now it's like you're seeing something that's bigger than that. So, I mean, it could be some of you where you thought being in a relationship, being married, being partnered was the end all be all. And suddenly you realize I have these gifts and these talents and I started this business or whatever the case. And you're seeing that it's so much more that you could have in life. And, you know, love don't just pay the bills. This isn't just it for me. So it's almost like a complete change in your worldview in a sense. And it's like, that's literally what you're guarding against because it's like you're creating like a wall between you and your person because it's like, I don't want to go back to how I was. So that's literally what the whole battle is. So I say for my group 2 people, be conscientious of that, because that's going to require some self-honesty for you to be able to admit that within yourself, in the sense that it would require you to take a risk, which would be, like I said, if you can't pay your rent by yourself, you would be taking a risk to step out on faith, because you really believe that what you see as possible is better than this. But you should not, incorporate another person into that or take advantage of another person. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if you pick number 3, we have healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and in life, self-love, self-care, being happier. That goes to me very much what my first inclination was with this 10 of coins, where the advice for Leo is to do what's best for Leo. So if you pick group 3, all of this is about you doing what's best for you, whatever that is. And it's not like, what is best for me? Only you know the answer to that. It's like, if you feel that what you see for yourself, that your person not on the same type of time with, you pursue that. If you feel that you can still pursue that and stay with your person, then do that, but it's all about what you feel is what's best for you. And it's very much like I said with group 2, but the difference is it's group 2 being consciously aware of this. And it's not necessarily, healthy, but it's being consciously aware of what they want to do, but they're not telling their person what type of time they're on. But it's like with group 3 people is more or less saying what is like the highest vibrational thing to do that's best for you. Go with that. And it's not really speaking so much to you keeping it from your person. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel with group 3 can go one or two ways. Now, if you pick number 4, we have abundance. Keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want. Gratitude and bliss. That still goes back to this 10 of Pentacles with me. But it's still open-ended, because I feel with these 2 things, and it's like specifically with my group 4 people, this very much has a lot to do with shmoney. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about, again, like I said, with group 3, it's about what you want. It's like, even if, you're feeling the type of way about your person, is like, as opposed to guarding against them, be positive about it. But don't impose your will on the other person or expect them to be what it is that you want them to be. You feel what I'm saying? Something I say with a lot of couples that I work with is, when it comes to the person that you're with, ask yourself right now in this moment, if this person were to stay exactly the way that they were and not to change anything about themselves for the foreseeable future, could you choose to be with them for the foreseeable future if they changed nothing, right? If the answer to that isn't yes, right, that means there's an expectation of you wanting your person to be something other than what they are in order for you to love them or to be happy with them, which means that's conditional love. So the love that you give to them is contingent upon who and what they are. And if the person is not that, whether they're like, because it's like, ooh, so am I just supposed to put up with a person treating me bad? Absolutely not. Just don't be with them. Ain't nobody asked you to do that. You feel what I'm saying? So if you're sticking with a person because it's like, oh, they treat me so bad and they cheat on me all the time, it's like, why are you with a person that cheats on you? And it's like, well, I just need to let them know like how much that hurts. And then people be like, ooh, but they childhood. Bump all that. We all grown. Okay, we as adults, child. You understand what I'm saying? We got free will. We can make choices and decisions. Don't no grown ass person be like, oh my gosh, my childhood was so bad and I just can't stop cheating. Like that's bullshit. Let's just be honest about it. You feel what I'm saying? So whatever the case, none of us have to be with anyone. But if you can't accept a person for how they are, whether they're like a complete shit person, they're lazy as hell, they ain't got no damn job, like they have no future aspirations, but it's like, but I love them. It's like, you don't really, because you would love them more if they were everything that they weren't. So it's not loving a person for who they are, it's loving them for who it is you want them to be. So if you accept them as they are, which 9 times out of 10, most people in relationships do not want to accept the person as they are. They want something to be different. And that's not saying that you're wrong for that. But it's like, go out into the world and get what you really want instead of trying to, do a Build-A-Bear with a human. Stop trying to play Build-A-Human. They ain't got no store for that. But when they do, I think a lot of people would be happy if you could just build a human. But that's neither here nor there. Anywho, that has been your Soulmate Session, Leo. Let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, I love you face. And I'll see you guys sooner than later, my friends.